Hi, my name is Yozmit. Some of you may know me as Yo, and I'm a singer, performance artist, and visual artist, costume designer. I've been doing a lot of different kind of things in the past, but I'm trying to focus my direction to my voice, and that's the part of the reason I'm speaking to you, to share my voice and share my story. This is my yurt. This is where I built my spaceship called Do You, which is my awareness-based music and art campaign. Doing You is doing good for the world, and doing You meaning self-realization. I live in California at the moment. I am living in Los Angeles County, right by this beautiful mountain, very mysterious mountain called Mount Baldy, where I'm getting a lot of good energy and inspiration to kind of reflect on a lot of things, contemplating and what I've done in the past and what I'm going to do in the future and what I can do now to improve my way of being or my work. And by doing so, I kind of spending a lot of time out here by myself, and so I wanted to connect with my friends and family with this channel, the modern day social media, which I believe is a really good platform for artists like myself to express myself to a bigger audience and share inspiration and connect. And this is the way I kind of like take action for my project, and this is kind of like a ritual for me to say that I'm taking first action toward my dream. Part of the voice that needs to be heard, and due to kind of a heavy oppression around my gender identity as a Korean, like a trans-identified and feminine Korean man, and also my family issues around that consciousness. My parents still doesn't like how I look and what I do and who I'm being, and even though we worked it out for a long time, still there's this parallel line of understanding. So they don't really know what I do, and I don't really tell them what I do. So there's the disconnect of communication due to that trauma, and I have also two sisters, very very smart and well educated and open-minded. I love them dearly, but because of that dark disconnect side, I also don't kind of like express who I am, and like they don't know what I'm doing. So I think this will be a platform for me to communicate with them indirectly and get to know me, who I am, like right now. Not my past, but Yozmit as right now. So I want to read you a letter that I wrote to one of my inspiration, this music composer from Germany. And like earlier this year, I heard one of his track, and it really shook my world. And deeply in love with this song, and I wanted to work with him, so I sent his management a letter, but I haven't heard back. So I'm writing a second letter to kind of tell him my personal story and the story around Do You, and why it's important for me. But also you can hear like what made me who I am today and stuff like that. So here's the letter. My name is Yozmit. I'm an artist based in Los Angeles, newly became fan of your music. First, I'm writing to thank you for your inspiring music and also to share a personal story of mine related to one of your songs. I had a chance to hear your track sets earlier this year and felt deeply in love, but also deeply tapped into extreme sadness of my psyche that still hasn't been resolved or healed due to severe oppression around my gender identity as a trans-identified feminine man, especially with my Korean cultural background. Just as much open and progressive in my social life as an artist, I was brought up by the education that who I am being is a mental illness, and also conservative parents who still doesn't accept me as who I am, thinking that I am the shame in the family, worth less than an animal, and there's no point of existence. But this is like the when things were really hot when I came out, like about 10 years ago, how they were thinking, and I totally understand now because being Korean is like being minority, and being trans-identified or else is also a minority in gender. So it's like a minority on top of minority. That's like a double minority, and then living that life as like that minority like results in really hardship. And I understand they don't want me to live a hard life, so they were being really harsh and very like threatening in the beginning of time when I came out, because they love me. Parents, I love my family dearly. And even though we have worked out this issue for years and things have gotten a lot better, but these dark residues were still affecting me and my artistic psyche to be shut down socially, and I express my own voice and take a stand. Due to the fact that I cannot be who I am in front of people who I am the most closest, I saw the sadness. Part of my spirit that is no longer serving me is still haunting me and not finding its final way out. When I first heard Sass, I naturally could improvise one of my songs, Do You, meaning self-realized, doing new is doing good, story of a personal journey. And I cried and cried, and I still cry when I hear the song to this day. Not just because I was sad, but also from the place of hope that I can finally be free. That I can finally be free from this karmic affliction / entrapment. Of course, this is the entrapment that I put on myself. I trapped myself into the situation. So I want to tell you that your music has been an initiator, true medicine for me to speak up, heal my past, and transcend my pain into light. Yesterday I played a song for my parents. My mom said it made her feel sad. I recorded my song on top of yours, hope it's okay. Have contacted your management once before, and my heart really desires that. I want to share a piece of myself with you, and then I'll feel the completion in my soul's journey, and finally be free. Be my voice and myself. Today I just wanted to take a moment to share my voice and talk to you about what's in my mind, and kind of talking to my parents indirectly about where I am, and using this channel as a kind of like platform for healing and as a medicine, and the voice as a medicine. And to me, that's the frequency of Do You, being able to speak, being able to communicate who you are without being so aggressive. Because this gender conflict with my parents, I really don't blame my parents anymore, because I totally understand where they're coming from, and the consciousness that's been built around, and their knowledge, and their past, and their experience in life. They're right. It made them right. But on the other hand, all the experiences and cultural background and the consciousness built around my psyche, I'm right too. So there's this parallel line. So I've been contemplating about this thing a lot, like, okay, why there is this disconnection? But I learned that it's nobody's fault. It's just how things are, and it's how things has been. And I kind of accept that. And then by accepting that, there's a space, openness, for me to understand my parents with different eyes, with different perception. And I feel like that's the frequency of do you, being able to communicate and also understand where people are. People, everybody's in different place, and starting from that place of acknowledging who they are and where they are. So I want to start this movement of evoking a change inside each of us, especially myself. I think that's the only way we can change something outside, and we can change the world, and to make the place a better place so there's less pain and less conflict for the people like me and my family. And there's other families and other people like me and my family, and for the people behind us. So I think it's a very critical time in human history. There's going to be a lot of changes, and we're going through actually a lot of changes, and I'm going through a lot of changes. That's why I'm doing this in front of this camera. But we have to really tap into our higher self, higher frequency, to resolve all the problems that we have and come up with a better solution to the problems, and start this change, transformation within us to evoke the change in the world. That's what I believe in, and that's my song called To You. So I'm going to keep sharing my voice, the voice that has been shut down because of the misunderstanding and ignorance and miscommunication and disconnect. And I want to build a bridge to reconnect a lost soul, my lost soul, to go to where it needs to go and finally be free from all the spells. So I hope you do you and I do me, and I want to see where this journey will take me and take us. So thank you for listening, and I love you, and I just wanted to share part of my heart.